If you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight here at Analyst US. I am your host, Thomas Fry.
And I am your co-host, Hasnan Zaidi.
And tonight we have a special treat for all of you anime fans out there. Man, do we got the treat coming to you from the HiDive week at Anime Analyst, where all week we're going to be talking about animes that come from the HiDive app. Now, if you want, you can go to HiDive.com, and let me verify that before I speak too quickly. HiDive.com, and you can watch the Eminence in shadow and enjoy it. There are 2 seasons, and at the end of the show, we are going to bring a special announcement about what's going on currently with the Eminence in shadow. So let's start with season 1 for tonight, and overall, we'll do our overalls first. We're still kind of figuring out our format. You can holler at us, throw a chat in the chat box, and we will do our best to get back to you on it. We are coming to you live from our new YouTube, Anime Analyst-US. Don't forget, we got Anime Analyst, PK, we got a Facebook, Instagram. We are getting it hooked up for you so we can give you all the news all the time about anime, and we will do reviews. We were talking about some other cool stuff we got coming, and we're going to do some separate videos, not live, that we'll do our top 10s, we'll do our worst anime, best anime, all that good stuff. So you got all that to look forward to. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our show. And don't mind me, I talk with my hands. So let's get right to the Eminence of Shadow. Now, my overall of season 1, I fell in love, like most people. This show was ranked 8.28 by Mao. That's myanimelist.net, and we can trust them. They are very good at giving us accurate information about how people feel. This thing is ranked 282, and for season 1, that's phenomenal. Anytime an anime is below 500 in the ranking, considering there's like 40,000 animes that are ranked, being under 500 is pretty good. This thing will grab you from episode 1 to episode 20. You will like it. I guarantee it. 750,000 people took the time to become a fan and vote on this. Now, the popularity ranking on season 1 is 596, and it's over 5,000 favorites. And that's really good considering, you know, there's 400,000 current members. It's not even airing right now, and there's 500,000 people that are following the news of what's going on with the Eminence in Shadow. There's a game you can play right online, the Eminence in Shadow game, but we here at Anime Analyst will warn you, it does cost a lot of money, so all you young kids, make sure you got your parents' permission, and all you older kids that work, sign an order to that paycheck, but have fun anyway. It's a really fun game. This is a story about a kid named Sid Kaganu that in high school in Japan, he was not worried about friends. He wanted to be the Eminence in shadow. He don't like the public life. He kept to himself. He worked out constantly. And if you were not directly in relation to him working towards his goal, then he just off and walked right past you. And it showed in season 1, episode 1. It was hilarious. He kept pronouncing her name wrong so many times it made her mad.
Yeah, but he get the names correct when he saves her.
Yeah, well, he got it correct at the after he saved her and she saw him the next day. He was respectful. He said her name properly. Her jaw dropped to the floor. Just like, what a 180 from this kid. Then she's like most people, oh, well, maybe I got this kid wrong. So then in his workout, we all know he gets hit by a truck. And that's kind of funny in its own way. He was trying to work on getting magic while living in Japan, and magic is not exactly real in our world. It is, and I know I'm going to get blasted in the comments for saying that, but I'm just saying overall 99% of people on this earth do not believe in magic. I know it's true, but it's not an everyday thing like it is in anime. So, let's get back to our story. Now, let me just back up one quick second here. Let me give you everything. This thing is sourced. It is finished airing. It came out in the fall of 2022. And why? Oh, that's 2. And sorry. I'm an idiot. I had the wrong screen up. I'm on the right page now. Fall of 2022. The producers, ATX, BSNT TV, Kadokawa. That's a big one. Everybody's familiar with that. The studio is Nexus. It was generated from a light novel. The genre is considered action, comedy, and fantasy. And the theme is isekai and reincarnation, which I always get confused how they list that, because to me the theme would be a fantasy world and the genre would be isekai and reincarnation. But isekai is reincarnation basically to a point. You can be transported, but generally, anyway, this is a rated R 17 plus, and we talked about the rankings earlier, how low or how high this thing is actually ranked. So the rated R 17 plus is listed for profanity and violence. Ain't none of that in this one, is there?
Yes.
All right, so now we got Sig growing up in a noble's land. They got a small town. It's a smaller community, not like the capital. And he finds out as he's growing up that he has magic, and that magic is strong. So he starts in raiding a bandit's hideout. He finds this big glob of whatever, and he figures, hey, well, nobody's claimed it. I killed all the bandits. I'm going to take this thing back and throw magic at it and see what happens. And out pops
The Alpha.
Alpha. Yes. I was getting my term. Never mind. Anyway, out pops Alpha, and what Sig thinks he's doing is making up a story to tell her. Little does he know that he's a god in this world, and the story that he thinks he's making up is the real thing. He's what this kid can guess. You want to talk about luck? I mean, this kid is just oozing luck, because the story that I'm just going to get up here and I'm going to spout off some nonsense and it turns out that the story that he so-called made up, which actually he picked up a book and said it's, basically like our Bible, picks it up and says, oh, this is true. Well, if you picked up one of our Bibles and said everything was true, you'd find out that it is. And he found that out also. It is. So now, before I get too far into it, I kind of got ahead of my partner here, and I'm sorry about getting everything messed up in the beginning a little bit here, but I'm excited about this one, so I couldn't help it. What's your? I've took us to episode 2. Give us your overall picture and take it from there a little bit.
Okay, so I like the story and I like how he is doing the same thing that he was doing before he get hit by the truck. And the truck thing, I think like this is the most powerful weapon or equipment in the whole isekai world. Like every character get hit by a truck and wake up in another world where he has some powers there. And when he get to the fantasy world and he get powers, now he can do that what he wanted to do in the real life. Like he don't want to be a main character, he want to be a side character, stay in the dark and manage the things like how, and he do that really well. And one more thing that is little bit different, like how he is collecting money wherever he's looking and finding money, and he's just trying to
Well,
take that
every bandit he takes out. I mean, look at how many of the characters that he helps out before they become important. He helped Rose when she was kidnapped. He got his sister back when she was kidnapped. He helps out Alexia. He even before the end of season 1, he even helps out what's Alexa's older sister?
the one that he defeated her in the tournament, right?
Yes.
With girl with the red hairs.
Yeah, she has the red hair, but I didn't have the I to me Sid's the MC, everybody else is supporting, and that's how it's built in this, but I always seem to forget her name, and shame Iris. And it's shame on me forgetting her name. He even, and the way he helps her, he's actually an enemy of her, and that's how he helps her.
Yeah, but he, if you go to the first season, he didn't help one character, the aunt of Alpha, who is looking for her niece.
Well,
Beatrice. The character name is
yeah,
Beatrice. Like this.
but she's the Sword King, so I mean, I kind of get he does a different type of help with her. I don't know if you've ever heard this. Old samurai guys from Japan will tell you from the first century of our life. Communication through swords is so much more meaningful than a conversation that you and I can sit down and have. And he earned her respect through that. Yeah, I get why he didn't, tell. He's not sure. He doesn't want any of his girls exposed. That's all his shadow world. That's his shadow world that he creates, that he loved. He went back and defeated a dragon and took over all the territory, which then that became the city of Alexandria, and that's Shadow Garden's home. They took over a whole city that was taken right out of our history, out of Greece. The
Yeah,
Roman
like
Empire is where that Alexandria was the capital of Rome, the Roman Empire, and that's his city. In this other world.
and I think there is some resemblance, not very much, but like if you see the story of Alexander the Great, like he was just going forward, conquering all the cities, and there was nobody that could match him at that time. Like he won
Right.
every battle.
Yeah, you
And
got a
if we,
good point there. All right, we are halfway through our show, so we just want to remind you go check out HiDive, and you can check out this anime. we got anime from HiDive for the rest of the week. I think you will like it. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page and our
Instagram page.
Instagram. Yes, we've been posting a lot on Instagram. And I wanted to show you a few pictures that I have. I thought this one was great. This one has the girls in white. And because Sig is a huge believer in you do not wear black during the day. He's a shadow guy and living in a shadow world, and you keep that at night where you wear black. And this one's from the part of the intro where they're standing on a building top and what looks like the building in New York where they all run to the one thing and jump off in it, and then that's where you see him with his red eyes flying through the sky. It's pretty cool, but I like when they show them in white. I like how he's particular on you only wear black at night and you wear white during the day. For him building Shadow Garden and then letting his underlings do whatever they want and lets them develop with the knowledge that he has passed to him, he just gives them free reign. Now, today is Wednesday, so we're going to be going on to Season 2. Now, Season 2 was 12 episodes. It was premiered in fall of 2023. Same light novel, same bat channel, same bat genre. So, now, Season 2, it's at a much faster pace. So if you took all 20 episodes of Season 1 and you condense them down into 12 shows, you're going to get what we see in Season 2. Illustration, out of this world. Story development, out of this world. Awesome. Character development. They leave one MC, everybody else is a supporting character in this drama. I like how they kept this all the way through Season 1 and into Season 2. And Season 2 starts with one hell of a death match between 4 very powerful people, 5 if you count the witch. And it goes at a lot faster pace. Now, which one... We'll do this right in the beginning. Which one did you like better, Season 1 or Season 2?
I think I like Season 1 better.
Okay. But what did you think of Season 2?
Season 2 is, if we watch it other than Season 1, like we cannot compare it to the Season 1, because if we do that comparison between the same anime and same season, we will have some differences. But it carry on the ranking, like they take out the things like they get more characters there at it, like they give time to the other characters also. Like
I think it's just because of the condensed format. It seems like they're adding a bunch, but I mean, they really only add like 5 characters. Everybody else it's a continuation of, Season 1. It's just done at a faster pace, so the feel of it is completely different. And I think in Season 2, they're trying to it's not that they added more characters, it's that they added more story from each supporting character, which makes it seem like, all of a sudden it paces really fast. So you got that first season, you got a comfortable pace, you can follow the story building, you can follow the world building, but in the second season, you pretty much have to watch it twice to even collect the whole story in your head as you're watching it. For me, I watched it 3 times. every one time I'd watch season 1, which I've watched season 1 probably 4 or 5 times now, but I've had to watch season 2, you know, the basically like 6 times so I could catch up in my head who all is, you know, who all is in this and what's really going on there. And they're kind of like following what I see is how they built America. Is I resemble all of that throughout both seasons. You know, they much of the season is concentrated on fiat currency, the housing bubble, the credit bubble, the, you know, building, taking our malls, taking our clothes, taking everything from Japan, basically, in Sid's world, and moving it up to the screen and then inserting the story with some obvious, you know, offshoots. And what do you think of that, their world religion that they had?
Yeah, that was something else. Like when they have the fake currency thing in the second season, and how they penetrate, like, and how they close their business by flooding more money into the economy, like everything. Like they show the reality of the banks of nowadays. Like bank will tell you they have your money secured, but if you open their wallet, there is nothing there, and that's the same thing they have in season 2. So like they bring that thing from the real world to the anime world and show them there.
And if I don't know if you caught it, but on a couple of the views that the director showed, you see a regular steam engine in there, and I never understand why they make the steam engine look like a boxcar, but they leave it open to where you can see it's round, you can see it's just a steam engine from the 1800s, and it's just with some, you know, extra skin and a roof over the whole thing. I don't think you could really get away with that in real life, but it was just funny how they made, you look at a boxcar, you look at the engine, the only difference you could tell is, you know, it's at the end of the train. But I like the mismatch of how they bring, you know, fiat currency hit in the 70s and 80s, and but yet they're still using steam engine locomotives and horse-drawn buggies, and you know, there's no automobile yet. And one of the comments, when the girls, I want to say Beta was on. It's either Beta or Epsilon. When they started buying the real estate in the other town, and they were taking town, they were doing this so smart. I mean, business decisions right out of a Fortune 500 company. Go buy up all the land around the waterfront, and then build all the, you know, housing and all that. And that's, you know, we're gonna make the real estate bubble, and we're gonna do, and they make piles and piles of gold. And I would like to have seen Sid sit down with his girls and talk with them about what they're doing, and, you know, but he takes on a
There is something like from his part, if you see, like he didn't talk to the girls, and he just like he could have trusted them, but he changed his identity and started another separate secret mission and
yep.
didn't allow any of them that what he's doing and why he is doing.
I think he just wanted to be a secret agent. He became John Smith, went to, and in the end result, he ends up basically making his own company that the girls built for him, billions and billions of zenny, and he thought that they took it from him, and I was a little disappointed with that portion of it. You know, you can't control where the writer goes. It was really, I mean, they did it very tastefully, And when you're getting on in the upper episodes of season 2, and they got past all the money and the banking stuff, it got back into where, I thought the story should have went. I was really happy to see how season 2 ended up. I was hoping, I wanted to see more. I was not done at the end of, episode 12 in season 2. I was not done. I wanted to see more, which we'll have an announcement on that here in just a few minutes. But how do you feel at the end of it?
Yeah, I think, and the way they ended, like he really dropped them a huge bomb. Like when he told about them, how the worlds collided, how the magic gets here, or like what their purpose is, like what they are doing, the the demon Diablo, how it got here, because he told that because there is no traces of him in this world. So this is like a really change of like turning point, like they leave it at the last of the season. And
And then, right, I'm going to take it from then they show the biggest time paradox at the end that, he kind of, you got the circle of life. I don't want to give away the last episode, but man, was I right about telling you before you watched that episode 12 would blow your mind?
yes, that's the conversation we had before I watched that.
I was trying to tell him about before he watches. I was like, dude, you gotta watch this, and I don't want to give away any points, but your mind will be fully blown by episode 12 in season 2. And it was. Now, I guess you could say a lot of things were settled by the end, but everywhere he goes, he leaves it in a better place than it was from before he was there. So just about everyone, even though he's just trying to do stuff for Shadow Garden, okay, and he's fighting for them. Let's back up one thing. I want to ask you about the train fight scene in season 2 when Alpha does not understand what he's doing, when she figures out, because Delta gave him away, when
Yes.
Delta smells the boss, Delta doesn't like the smell of John Smith. Delta she was just like a
And
loyal little puppy. She recognized her master right away. No one else caught on to it.
and that's really cute, like how he's carrying her on the shoulders, like when they have some scenes together, like he's treating like same like a pet, like
he loves his puppy. And then he sends her on a mission that is unstable. He needs to keep her busy because now she knows that John Smith is her master shadow, and he doesn't want anybody to know that. So he changes her mission, and I love that part. I thought that was really cool. And that's when I thought the pace of it was picking back up in season 2 to the original story. They didn't get off track, but it was kind of just, they tell the story really fast in season 2. So, and they do leave us with, at least as far as I feel, I want more. And that would bring us to our announcement. And we are going to inform you that it should be this one. Okay. This is the next installment of Shadow Garden, The Eminence in Shadow. It's a movie called Lost Echoes. They have not announced it. As soon as they announce it, we, of course, will get it out on Instagram and Facebook and let everyone know when this movie's to be released. I don't know what it's about. They're not telling anything. They just say it's the sequel to season 2. So you can look forward to that. There will be more Eminence of Shadow. So you ain't got to worry about it. We will get our fix of Sid Kagano and more of Shadow to come here in the future. And with the way the popularity is, I don't think they'll wait too long on it. Modern businesses don't think that way. They act when they get this kind of response. So, now, in summarization, you got anything you want to add to about seasons 1, 2 in the movie on the Eminence and Shadow?
Okay, so season 1 is 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Season 2 is 8 out of 10, and let's hope movie will go to the expected the expectation they have sent by the season 1. The movie should follow that.
I hope that the directors and the illustrators get back to the pace that season 1 was doing. Now, a movie would be about 3.5 episodes, maybe 4. So you're not quite going to get a half a season's worth of stuff, but it'll all be at once. So we don't have to worry about binge watching and keep having skip credits, skip intro, because we've already seen it 100 times. You don't have to worry about that. It'll fly right through. So that would be the Eminence of Shadow, and we will come to you for the rest of the week from HiDive in the middle of our HiDive week. And I had fun talking about the Eminence and Shadow tonight. This is the Anime Analyst. I am Thomas Fry, your host.
And I am your co-host Hasnan Zedi.
And it was nice hanging out with you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock.